All right, Julie. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. For those of you that don't know Julie, you're the head of HR for Kumho Tire in the USA or North America. I'll ask you to give you a brief introduction. Um, and if you can a bit, tell us about your journey coming from hospitality all the way to tires.
Hi, thank you for inviting me to such a great opportunity. My name is Julie Lee, and like Mike mentioned, I'm a head of HR at the Kumho Tire USA. Um, I've been with the Kumho Tire USA for about like 4 years. And before joining the tire industry, my background is mainly for the like a hospitality industry, like you mentioned. But I mean, overall, I've been in training in HR area for about like 30 years. And among that 30 years, I worked in hotel industry for 20 plus years. And then I also worked in the resort, like integrated resort area, which I'm going to explain later, for about like 5 years. And I also worked in the cosmetic industry. I worked for L'Oreal Korea. So I kind of sold the hotel rooms. I sold the like a restaurant menu, and I also sold the like a cosmetics, and I also
Wow.
sold the like a theme park and the convention. Now I'm selling the tires.
Amazing. So you have quite the background in terms of the differences of soft products, maybe with L'Oreal and cosmetics, hospitality, really experiences, and now all the way to tires. So really understanding consumers.
Mhm.
Tell me about maybe what you've brought from that background of hospitality or cosmetics, maybe that you're able to bring to the tire industry.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I studied hotel management back in college. So it was kind of a smooth transition from college to the like a hotel industry. That's the like a part that I kind of started to work for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Korea. Hotel and the hospitality is like a department store of the
Mm,
different functions. So in the organization, there are like various jobs from like a front desk operations, restaurant operation, chefs, housekeeping, stewarding, laundry, sales and marketing, finance, accounting, purchasing, security, and even engineering.
wow.
So, I mean, I had a chance to work with the diversified workforces in terms of like a working area, functions, and also backgrounds. So when I decide to kind of transition from the like a hospitality industry to the tire industry, I didn't feel that it's going to be that much difference because I've been working with the engineers and then
Ah,
I'm working with the like a chefs who produce the like a different dishes.
wow.
And then also the hotel industry and the hospitality industry is under the environment of like a 24 hours operations, 365 days a year. So manufacturing side was not that much unfamiliar to me. Only difference is production engineering in tire industry create tires.
Mm,
The hotel, restaurant, and the hotel creates the product of the hotel rooms, different menu, different dishes, events. Finance accounting in the tire industry, they produce the like a profit. They work
mhm.
on the numbers. Sales and marketing at the same time. Hotel, they sell the rooms, they sell the menu, but in tire industry, we sell the tires. HR, exactly same thing. I mean, we are dealing with like a different type of the workforces, but same foundation is we work with the human capital. So when I first joined the Kumho Tire USA, the area that I was mainly focusing was not like a different industry, but more specifically organization, because each company has a different cultures, different way of doing things, different structures. So I kind of put myself in position of like a learning tire specific languages,
Mhm.
and then Kumho Tire USA specific structure and how they go through the like approval process and how they approach like an internal workforces. So it was kind of a minor kind of a transition for me. For me overall, I mean, working with HR, working with the people, working for people is pretty much same. And
That's
I'm,
a
yeah, I enjoy
that's an
it.
amazing explanation, and I love how similar the hospitality industry is to manufacturing. I never thought of it that way. First time. What something that was coming to mind was when I think of hospitality, I think of folks that come from hospitality are really experts in experience,
Mhm.
meaning the human experience that someone goes through when they're at the resort. And I think that's critical, especially from an HR standpoint, when we think of the stakeholders that we deal with, from candidate experience, hiring experience, and leadership.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on that comment? I would imagine you're an expert in really the experience coming from the premium brands that you come from.
Yeah, because I mean, those hospitality industry, like you mentioned, they're dealing with like people's emotions,
Mm,
the feeling. In terms of like a way of treating people and leading people, they are better exposure than the like manufacturing side.
sure.
Yeah. So the learning that I obtained from the time that I worked for the like a Marriott, L'Oreal, or some other like a Singaporean resort company, that actually kind of helped me to import the importance of the leadership,
Hmm.
especially like a need to deal with like different generations, like a MZ generation, X generation, Generation Y, kind of a I can kind of provide like a better view,
Sure.
better perspective about to the leaders that how to we need to deal with that and how we need to set our direction for the like a future career development for them, and then also recruiting the top talent to our organization. So, I mean, my experience from the hospitality industry surely helped me to set the, like a proper the foundation or the platform for the desired leadership style for my company and also for the like entire manufacturing industry. Hopefully, that answer for your
Yeah,
questions.
absolutely. So you brought up generations. What's something that's changed, let's say from 20 years ago, that's maybe different today when it comes to the HR function?
Oh, hugely different. Not because I'm a mother of three boys who are
Oh,
in
wow.
early 20s. So every time I see a special characteristic of our younger workforces, I kind of keep remind my boys. So, comparing to like a 20 or 30 years ago, even the time that I started my career in the hotel industry, their way of thinking or the belongingness, engagement to the certain organization shows big difference.
Mm,
Loyalty or the engagement can be defined in a different way for the younger
okay.
generation. Um, Previously, once we go into like one organization, I mean, it was kind of a norm, a common norm that you stay there forever. So
Hmm. Hmm.
long staying was kind of very respectful behavior. But nowadays, it has been changed a lot. So, I mean, people think about more on their career, personal career development rather than living together with the organization. So each company needs to understand their different perspective about like a workplace,
Okay.
and also need to set like a the like a changed direction in terms of like managing the workforces or the recruiting the workforces or the maintaining the working proper environment. So
So, so what's one specific example or recommendation you would give for hiring managers or HR with attracting Gen Z and retaining that you see that maybe works for you? And since you are an expert, you have three boys that are Gen Z.
oh yeah. So whenever we kind of recruit like a younger generation, we need to show our interest in their personal career development. They put more importance, or that they put the priority into their personal development rather than company specific like a growth or
Mm,
the development. So the company also the needs to maintain some form of like a career development program, which should be led with different direction than previous. And also we need to kind of set the some like a mentoring program, for example. I mean, mentoring program, not only talk about like your future in this organization, but also your future in overall your career path. So that's set of like a different direction should be applied.
Yeah, McKinsey had a study that I read earlier in the year that said Gen Z is the only generation that doesn't put compensation as part of their top two reasons for leaving a job, but part of their top two is what you mentioned. If they don't feel like companies are investing in them and training them,
Mhm.
they're more likely to leave than any of other generations. So their needs and wants are quite different.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
So I would love to learn more about your multinational background, something that I'm really passionate about,
Mhm.
cultures and the differences, maybe working in the United States and kind of this melting pot, but still preserving the DNA of the actual brands that operate in the U.S., right? So in your case,
Mhm.
it's a Korean brand, but we have a lot of different countries and multinationals in our industry that operate in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, um, I moved to the States in 1985. I was in junior in high school. And then it has been like 40 years
Oh,
now.
wow.
And then among that 4 years, I lived some part in the States, and I went back to Korea to work there. And I moved back to America to work here. The first time that I experienced about like a diversity was back in Korea in the workplace.
Okay.
I worked for the Marriott and the Ritz-Carlton, and in that organization, main workforces were Korean, definitely, but top leaders came from different part of the world, like
Mm,
headquarter of the Marriott or the headquarter of the Ritz-Carlton. So there was definitely like a language barriers, cultural differences, differences in the way of working, working style, those kind of things. I mean, totally different environment, totally different workforces. But I noticed that there is a way to mingle those two different groups into one, the umbrella under the umbrella.
hmm
That is company culture.
Okay.
So what we kind of implement first was we respect differences.
hmm
And at the same time, we try to set the like a company culture of the either Marriott or the Ritz-Carlton
Okay.
in that organization. So under that company culture, two different groups or the three different groups, four multiple different groups can be united as like a one team working for that company. So it was kind of a huge experience for me. And it was kind of applied to in the similar way when I started to work for this company in America, the Kumho Tire USA. When I first joined, we had like different nationalities. Some are from like India, some are from Pakistan, some are from Brazil. Definitely like a majority was American, the living resident. So what we tried together with our leadership was we set a company kind of a goal first.
Okay.
No need to kind of mention about like a differences too much,
Okay.
because we thought that we are salad bowl rather than melting pot.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So salad bowl, I mean, different type of the vegetables or the fruits, they mingle together and
hmm
create like a new taste.
Mm.
And but the melting pot is everything melting together and become one, but the characteristic or the uniqueness of each ingredients is gone. It becomes one.
Mm.
So rather than melting pot, let us characterize ourselves as a, like a salad bowl, which apple can present its taste
Mm.
when the sauce or the dressing can play its role, unique role. So we identify ourselves as like a salad bowl and try to find our strength and the good thing of each part, and then let's combine together, and it can create some synergy from
Mm.
differences.
A
So
synergistic salad bowl. I love it.
correct. Yes, I think that could be one of the strengths that most of the global company can produce.
Absolutely.
Mm.
So Jim Collins, who wrote Good to Great, said people are not your most important asset. The right people are, right?
Absolutely.
So so let's just pretend that you're giving advice to a senior leader making their first senior hire. What would you tell them to help them make sure that they're hiring the right person?
Hiring the right person is the first topic when I taught my managers for the interviewing classes.
Okay.
Um, the most dangerous thing for most of the company is trying to hire warm body because
Mm,
they're in the urgent situation to hire someone or to replace some position immediately. Um, so it's kind of a matter of keeping balance between treating the emergent situation and trying to find a replacement ASAP versus let's take some time, even though it may take some time, but let's try to find the right person for that position. Uh, and then, I mean, I'm sure the many leaders can agree, like Jim Collins mentioned in his book. I mean, if we hire the warm body, it could be an immediate treatment. But down the road, in a long run perspective, that person may leave soon without any good memories about the organization. And then also the organization probably need to go through some stage of the struggling of seeing that person leaves. And that may have a negative impact to the people who remained in that organization. So hopefully the leader can put more priority in hiring the right person
mm,
and then trying to keep them for long run. The right person can have a various definitions.
okay.
So who could be the right person? Well, I mean, it depends on the situation, depends on the organization, it depends on the position. But that's why I'm kind of encouraging our organization to go through the in-depth interview process with the designated candidates, like a peer review or the interview through a different level of people. So trying to get as many kind of opinions, feedbacks, and their consensus as possible.
And what advice would you give, maybe flipping to candidates? Let's say candidates that are applying to roles that you're posting or a job opening. What's one way, or what's something that you maybe see as a trend that you wish that you could tell the person?
Mm. Well, I recently became to notice about, like you mentioned, people become kind of more focusing on their career development.
Mm, okay.
Um, and during the interview process, the question is kind of a normal question that we've been using for many years of the interview process.
Okay.
But when we move to the next stage, the stage of a negotiation of the compensation package, or the most important step that we need to make sure that person will come to our organization, then that person begin to talk about more on the career development. What kind of a career development opportunity I can get after this position? What kind of a career path you as a company can provide to me? What kind of the growth opportunity or the program you are running in your organization? Those were the questions that I've been receiving a lot. And because of that, I became to prepare my answers in more
Mm,
direction to that interviewee. So ask many questions about their future. I mean, your future. Ask many questions about the opportunity down the road. That will give some good image of you to the employer or the potential employer about your passion and commitment for that area that you are working for. So
what's one way that candidates could really cut through the noise to make sure that they're noticed when applying, just to get through the front door? What's some tips and advice?
um, the resume preparation would be the first thing
Okay. As
to,
basic as it sounds,
yes.
it's really important. Can you tell me more from your mind?
It has to be customized based on the position that you are applying for. Um, anybody who applying for the accounting area versus credit side or the data analysis. Surely their background may be different, but at the same time, their resume should be more focusing on the accounting rather than the other area. Even within the accounting finance area, there may be different roles or different positions like accounts payable clerk or the accounts receivable specialist. If you apply for the like accounts payable clerk, your resume should be more customized into that direction.
Totally agree.
So, I mean, the candidate may have like some general experiences, but among that general experiences, that candidate should kind of create some story about
Sure.
their specific experiences about the accounts payable.
Yeah, completely agree. On being able to tell their story, because now I feel like with AI, I don't know if you're experiencing the same, but on my LinkedIn, the amount of noise and messaging that I get from automated profiles, even though it's someone's real profile, and emails is really overwhelming as a recruiter, and I'm sure as an HR professional, you're probably seeing the same. So it's really hard to give everyone the attention that they deserve. So as long as they're really dialed in terms of applying for roles that are really relevant to them, they'll have the best chance of getting really a response.
Sure.
Speaking of AI, where do you see the future of HR related to manufacturing? Any thoughts there?
Well, I mean, it has been only like a few years since we started talk about like AI.
Sure.
And the last few years has been kind of a dramatic change, like a storm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In terms of like sharing the knowledge about the AI and start using the AI in our daily lives. I think the pace will be even faster in the future. And not just like throughout the companies, but especially for the like HR field, will be one of the area that we need to focus more strategically on the AI development in improvement, because improvement with the AI, I mean, there may be some earthquake in terms of like a job functions in the industry. So some of the job will be disappeared and there will be new jobs emerging as a newcomers. So the HR, as a HR who is like a front gate of the like a talent, the management, we need to keep focusing on what will be the area that will be kind of gone and will be emerging. And at the same time, we need to kind of catch up the speed of the AI in the like HR operation side. HR area might be the one of the area that can be impacted of the AI development. For example, like a payroll.
Okay.
It has been kind of impacted under the like a development of technology so far, but the pace will be even faster.
Tell me more about payroll. I'm not really involved in payroll much. What's like is it just getting easier with the new tools
Yes.
in terms of automation?
Yeah, I mean, that will be kind of going into the direction of needing less people
Okay.
in the payroll area. Some legal aspect has been already kind of under the influence of the AI. So different like documents, information, resources. Instead of going through the like attorney, we can collect from the AI resources. So those areas like a payroll automation will be one of the area. Those tax related or the labor law related the area for the payroll can be managed by the AI generated resources. So that could be ended up with like maybe possibly the less the people, human beings.
Sure. Especially more in the entry level junior roles, it sounds like is where the
Absolutely.
disruption is what I keep hearing kind of the same.
Correct. And I mean, comparatively, those like a middle level or the position that needs to directly engage with like a human being, there will be more needs, higher needs.
Higher needs.
Because it cannot be replaced by the AI or the machine or the system.
Sure.
So people engaging face to face, kind of things like employee relations, those kind of area that we may need more experienced workforces versus like entry level will be diminished. So,
Interesting.
those kind of changes can be predicted in HR area.
Yeah, I completely agree on the recruitment side. I don't know if you saw, I think FedEx hired something like 20,000 drivers last winter
Mhm.
without using one recruiter from posting to basically offer. And I was like, wow, that's
Oh yeah,
super interesting.
definitely. So I mean, there will be like a huge impact
Mm,
in most of the functions in the organization, but that's the change that we will face with. We cannot avoid. We
sure.
cannot kind of run away from those changes coming. So what HR needs to do is we need to proactively kind of engage those kind of a stream of the changes, and we need to find a way to manage not just HR, but entire organization into the right direction.
Understood. Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. So couple last points for me. I saw in your profile picture before we jumped on that you have a picture of you and your son, what look like to be graduation outfits
Yes.
on. Do you mind telling me more about that?
Yeah. Um, uh, my son, my first son, and I graduate at the same time
Wow.
from Purdue University. Um, I strongly believe that the learning has to be a lifetime project. I mean, like AI, there's a change is happening.
Yeah.
And in order to kind of confront or even leading a change, we need to keep continuously learn. So
Mm,
I'm a big fan of like a lifetime learning. So I decided to go to graduate school studying corporate training and communication at Purdue University before I joined the Kumho Tire USA.
wow.
So I kind of went through the studying, the process during while I'm working, and then my son coincidentally kind of decided to go to Purdue. So he studied like a computer information technology there, and then he was supposed to graduate in May this year. But
Okay.
he found out that I'm going to graduate in August in summer, so he kind of postponed his graduation to the summer graduation. So we graduated on
Wow.
the same day, same
That's
time.
that's super special, and it's very inspirational what you said in terms of being a lifelong learner and really living that.
Mm.
So kudos to you. It's very inspirational. What are, I guess, any final words, or what's the best place that if anyone wants to reach out to you or get in contact with you, best way to?
Okay. Again, thanks for giving me a chance to talk about my
Sure.
favorite area and subject. And then I'm kind of available through the LinkedIn. So
Okay.
they can, I mean, anybody can kind of search my profile and ask me to get connected.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and yeah, looking forward to catching up again.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank
Thank
you.
you. I will stop.
Okay.